Hello, welcome to the corner of my room. This is the very first video on my new channel here, Kyle Ranks Music. The objective of this channel is to rank as many artists as I possibly can because I've recently discovered it's really fun to do so. And I also just want to have a little place where we can have some discussions, me and the viewers, about the, music. So I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. I will probably display a bunch of different genres and different shades of the art form here. So, I think I'm pretty well-rounded when it comes to taste. So, this is fun. Let's get into this first video here. The Strokes, my favorite band of all time. I'm going to be ranking all 73 of their songs. I've been listening to them since I was 15 years old. And I'm now 25 years old. So it's been about 10 years of listening to the Strokes. So I feel like I have a good knowledge of their music. I feel like I'm pretty prepared to do a video like this. The way I did this video, the preparation I did was I did a whole bunch of bracketing, like tournament brackets of all their songs. And so that's how I narrowed it down from their top all the way to their bottom. So thank you for clicking. Feel free to subscribe or leave a like if you feel inclined to do so. I really appreciate it if you do. So let's get into it. My least favorite Strokes song of all time, and I just want to say, there's not a Strokes song I don't like. Like, I like every single song that they've done. I don't think they've made a bad song, but there has to be a last place and a first place. So the last place goes to Slow Animals off of Come Down Machine. Old Come Down Machine right here. Oh yeah, I got the records. So yeah, I don't think, this one just doesn't give you much of a reason to return to it. The guitars aren't particularly interesting. The little synthy thing they do where it goes up and down doesn't really do much for me either. But yeah, there's not really much to say about this song. I mean, they laugh at the end. The band shares a little giggle with us at the end of the song, so that's something, I guess. Number 72, we have Happy Ending. Happy Ending. It's not the worst Strokes song. That's all I can say about it. It's not the worst Strokes song. It's just kind of boring. Doesn't keep me interested throughout the whole thing. The vocal compositions are pretty lackluster and honestly kind of lazy for the Strokes. For like the standard that I hold them to, it's just not hitting on this song. Nothing really stands out to me. Number 71, we have Why Are Sundays So Depressing? Now I feel like I'm going to get pretty flamed for this one because there's a lot of love for this song. I don't know why though. I don't know what appeals to the listener more with this song than any of their other songs. I mean, there's nothing really crazy happening on this track. I mean, that little wah wah, wah wah, wah wah, it's all right. I mean, again, it's not bad. There's no bad Strokes song, but it is not, it just doesn't hit the same as the other songs on the New Abnormal. And speaking of the New Abnormal, let me flex it real quick. Let me flex the record here. There we go. Sorry for all the reflection. Look at that. Anyways, on to the next song. Number 70, Partners in Crime. The opening guitar riff alone puts this song above all the other ones that I've already mentioned. But other than that, the track is lacking anything substantial, although I do like the Leaving Your Tears Alone part where he's like, leaving your tears alone. I like that part. But other than that, nothing really happening. Number 69, we have Killing Lies. Least favorite First Impressions of Earth track. Let me get that record here. There we go. First Impressions of Earth, great record. But it's got a lot of stinkers on there. It's got a couple stinkers, and Killing Lies, I think, is the worst offender here. It's just a bit of a chore to listen to. I mean, his vocals kind of drag in a way that is not very appealing to me. The guitar riff is pleasing to the ear. I like that. It's so nice that I put it above, honestly, the other songs just because of the guitars. But yeah, other than that, nothing much else to say about this track. Number 68, we have Chances off of Come Down Machine. This is a sleepy song. It's kind of catchy, and I like the instrumentation. It's also nice on the ear. Those synths that play in the background are cool. I say it's catchy, but really, I think it's just the verses that are catchy. The chorus is kind of buns compared to the rest of their work. The part at the end is cool with the guitars being faded in and out. I like that effect. But yeah, nothing else about this track. Number 67, You're So Right, my least favorite Angles song. That is the first time Angles here is being mentioned. Let's get it in there. So yeah, You're So Right. It's cool. It's good. The guitar solo that happens about a minute into the track, a little short guitar solo. It's kind of cool. It's impressive. It's just not as good as the rest of the songs on Angles. Next, we have Call Me Back, another Angles song. It's interesting. The song is definitely worth a listen or two. If you're a first time listener, it's worth listening to for sure. It's cool. Waking up is so much fun to do. That part's cool. That's like the big climactic moment, I guess, for that song. Next, we have The Strokes' most edgiest song ever, On the Other Side, from First Impressions of Earth. Yeah, he's like, I hate them all, I hate them all. It's not, I don't like it. I don't like the vibe of this song. I do sing along to it, though. It is listenable. It is a listenable song, but it is kind of mid. Next, we have 50/50 off of Come Down Machine. Kind of a cool song. I will say, don't judge me. That part's cool. But yeah, that's like, just that alone sets it above everything else so far. Number 63, Two Kinds of Happiness. I thought this would be lower on the list, but after re-listening to it, it's not the worst. It's not bad. He has this cool moment that's fun to sing with. Sorry if you don't like me singing. I'm going to be doing it quite a bit because I don't want to play any of the music. I feel like it's going to get copyrighted or whatever. So, I'll have to make do with my voice. But the part where he sings, one gives life and one makes you kill. I didn't really quite hit it there, but you know what I'm talking about. Next we have Ask Me Anything. That's number 62. Despite being low on the list, I do genuinely like this song. There's just not a lot going on for it. It's kind of like an interlude, but it sounds nice. Definitely the chords are cool. The lyrics, he's literally telling us he has nothing to say. So that's not very interesting to me. I mean, he's just like, I think he says don't be a coconut in this song, so that's cool. Next we have number 61, Tap Out off of Come Down Machine. It's cute. The song's cute. I like the lyrics. It's just unfortunately kind of mid. Like Come Down Machine is just kind of a mid album. But then we have the first little B-side single from them that I'm mentioning, Modern Girls and Old Fashioned Men at number 60. Cool guitars, but kind of honestly like clunky songwriting, I think. I don't think their voices, him and that girl's voices, sound particularly good together. I just don't. So yeah, it's not the best, but it is still a good song. Number 59, we have All the Time from Come Down Machine. It's good. It's a good song. The pre-chorus is catchy. The chorus itself is fine. It's serviceable. It's just kind of forgettable, honestly, for me. Next, we have Games off of Angles. Aptly named, or suitably named, because it sounds like it'd be in a video game. I'm not sure which video game, but I don't know. It sounds like it'd be in I don't know. Type in the comments what kind of game this song would be in. It's sonically interesting. It's got a good groove, but for a Strokes song, it's borderline meh, but it's not. It's not meh. It's good. We're officially past meh territory. Because next we're going to move on to 57, Mercy Mercy Me, the cover of the classic Marvin Gaye song. It's cool. The guitar solo is pretty interesting. Julian sounds good. Eddie Vedder's on the song, which is cool. The lead singer of Pearl Jam. So yeah, it's definitely a track worth listening to. So yeah, check it out if you haven't heard it. But then we have 56, Eternal Summer. The Strokes, their longest song, and it's definitely long. It is, it's good, it's fine. It just stretches on a bit too much for my liking. The development into that chaotic, noisy landscape at the end is cool, though. I like when songs do that, when it just gets to the point where it's like it can't get any more, hectic or, climactic than this. So yeah, it's definitely worth listening to all the way through, and it is a good song to put on every now and then. It's just not my favorite. Then we have Selfless off of The New Abnormal. The guitars are pretty. It's well produced. Rick Rubin does a great job on this album. He's a mastermind, and yeah, it's good. It's just, it's not all that compared to the rest of these songs. 54, we have Electricityscape, I think is how you pronounce it, off of the First Impressions of Earth album. The vocals are the best part on this one. It's got some real neat moments. You belong on the radio. I will not desert you. I mean, it's pretty good. It's a kind of a banger, honestly. Next, we have Fear of Sleep, another song that has its moments here. It sounds nice. It's good. When he's screaming, fall asleep, fall asleep. I mean, that's awesome. It's good. It's just honestly, the rest of the song outside of that part isn't that great. But number 52, we had Bad Decisions, a good campy little song. It's got a warm energy to it. For the Strokes, it's honestly, unfortunately, I have to say it's a little corny. I'm used to the Strokes making cool songs, like laid back, cool songs, and this it's laid back, but I don't know, it's just kind of corny. Something about the guitars. Maybe I'm gonna get some hate for that, but that's just what I think. Not a bad song though. It's kind of nostalgic in a way, this song. Next we have Metabolism, number 51. Kicks off strong and then kind of loses it, in my opinion, but it's got a build up and it pays off nicely. It's definitely pleasing to the ear at some parts, but then there's a couple sections where I'm just kind of checked out, like I'm not really listening. So yeah, that's why it's there. Number 50 here, we have Welcome to Japan. What kind of asshole drives a Lotus? What kind of asshole drives a Lotus, man? The song has a nice groove. It has a good chorus. It's very much listenable all the way through. You're not going to get bored. It's not a skip, Next, we got One Way Trigger. This is kind of a, rare banger for Come Down Machine. The riff is just awesome. It makes your brain happy when you hear it. You know what I mean? When he's like, but there's a million reasons to leave, or something like that. I like that part. 48, Vision of Division, off of First Impressions of Earth. Some of the most impressive guitar work on this album, which is saying a lot because I always felt like First Impressions of Earth was a vast improvement just off of guitar technicality, like based off the first two albums. I mean, the first two albums had some moments where the guitar work is really impressive, like in Reptilia, which I'll get to later, but First Impressions of Earth has amazing guitar work. And this is one of those examples of one of those kind of songs. The vocals are pretty amazing too. It's a great song. So next we got Heart in a Cage at 47. Fire guitars once again. It's technically impressive, but that doesn't make it, it's like one of their most technically impressive guitar pieces, but it doesn't mean it's like good compared to the rest of the work here. But the big descending guitar piece at the end is pretty iconic. Next, we have Brooklyn Bridge to Chorus at 46. This is a good song. I think The New Abnormal is full of good songs, but only a few on that album are great, in my opinion. I want new friends, but they don't want me. I like that part. The guitars and the synthy little plucks are nice on the ears. Julian's vocals are pretty lackadaisical, laid back. This is the kind of delivery that I like to see from Julian when it comes to the Strokes music. Next, we have 15 Minutes at 45. This might be, I don't know, like it's a little controversial that it's this high, because some people like shit on this song. Some people really don't like this song. And I get it. The first part is kind of not great, but it gets better and better as it goes on. Like as it transitions through all these different parts, it gets a lot better. It's a banger, guys. If you don't like this song, I think you should really re-listen to it and just give it a try, because today they'll talk about us, and tomorrow they won't care. That's just like a great moment. Next, we have The Way It Is, number 44. My least favorite, here it is, the introduction of this album, this classic album here, Room on Fire. Room on Fire. The Way It Is my least favorite Room on Fire song. Yeah, it's a good song, but nothing really sticks out like the rest. There's no real big moments on this song, you know? The guitars are nice. I mean, I like how when Julian enters the track, the guitars kind of like seamlessly transition into the beginning of his vocals, like in a really nice way. So I like that. But next we have The End Has No End, also on Room on Fire. It's weird because this is a good song, but it's just kind of uninteresting and redundant compared to the other songs on Room on Fire, in my opinion. But he is yelling, and I do like when Julian does his yelling and screaming. So it's cool. It has that noodly little guitar that sounds similar to the tone of 1251. Good song, but I don't think there's really anything that special about it compared to the rest of their work. Number 42, we have Taken for a Fool off of Angles. This used to be my favorite Strokes song. When I was a kid, I remember showing this song to my grandpa and thinking he'd be like, whoa. Like I thought his mind was going to be blown, but he didn't really have much of a reaction to it, unfortunately. But yeah, it's carried completely by Julian's catchy ass vocals. The bass is really funky too. The intro is cool. A sister, we all like that part, you know. 41, Call It Fate, Call It Karma. I wish I could have put this song higher. I really do. Because it's like special. It's a special Strokes song. It's unique compared to the rest of their music. It's very lax. It creates a vibe unlike any other song that they've done. And the part at the end is really cool too. I really like it, where it's like down, 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 down. Anyways, number 40, Machu Picchu, the grand opening to Angles. This song's perfectly fine. It's got some good moments, like I'm just trying to find a mountain I can climb. So yeah, the guitars are really clever. I like the bass a lot. It's pretty thumpy. And I like how he amps it up with his vocals at the end of the track where he gets up there in range. Very cool. Next we have Gratification. I think that's how you pronounce that word. 39, another Strokes song that just starts right at 100. It's one of those songs that just kicks off as soon as you press play. Oh baby, could you get... This is one of the highlights on Angles. Everything comes together so well in this song. I like the line, best friends fight, but they never enjoy life as good as when they abuse it. I like that lyric. The chorus is fantastic. Nothing else to really say about it, though. It's a great song, just not comparable to what we have above it. Speaking of above it, we have 38, Automatic Stop. Super cool riffs, fun, twitchy chords, another enthralling vocal performance. I use the word enthralling from Julian. Nikolai does some great work on this song, too. The bass line's really strong. So let's see. Next we have 37, Evening Sun. This song just opens and is just amazing right out the gate. So many great quotables, like I love you more than being 17. I think that's a great lyric. Super chill song compared to the intensity of the other First Impressions of Earth songs. Next we have Ode to the Mets. Ode to the Mets off of The New Abnormal, number 36. Drums, please, Fab. A grandiose song that incorporates a slow burn that eventually pays off with the switch up to a simple but effective vocal pattern that carries you gently out of the album. It's almost lullaby-like, in my opinion, and I feel like I could hear like a kid's choir on this song. Like at the end of it, I feel like they could have done some Pink Floyd shit and brought the kids in near the end there. Next, we have 35, Not the Same Anymore. The vocals are fun to sing along with. It's well crafted and showcases their ability to pull off, longer songs. All the songs on The New Abnormal are pretty lengthy compared to their usual stuff, so. But they did it. They did it with this one. Next we have Hawaii, another B-side that deserves more love in my opinion. A unique and interesting intro that pulls you in for a fun ride of a song. Yeah, he's just singing about Hawaii. It's really cute, and I think it's a real vibe. His vocal part where he's like, I mean, that part's cool. So next we have Someday, my least favorite song on Is This It, which, again, that's probably gonna ruffle some feathers, but I mean, we're at that part of the list already. I feel like we're just at great songs. All these songs are great from now on. Like, but some days, just kind of like after 10 years of listening to the Strokes, it gets a little like, I get it, and I don't know, kind of loses its shine. But the bass is great in this song. I like how it does a little solo moment for the bass, which only bass guitar. That's cool. And it's a good song to learn on guitar if you're playing guitar or getting into playing guitar. The chords are pretty easy. So next we have At the Door, number 32. One of those unique Stroke songs that strays from their typical garage band stuff. The synths are insane on this. He's bringing these beautiful, powerful vocals that really make the song stand out. The ending is just euphoric. Like, I don't know how they thought of that shit. They were cooking. Rick Rubin was surely a great help, and I think his influence really shows on this track. But yeah, the main feature here is Julian's voice. I feel like I really like when the synths switch from their dirty, little grungy beginning part to the swelling pads near the end. It's very appreciated. My ears appreciate it. Next, we have Take It or Leave It. This is a simple song. I feel like the first time people listen to the song, it like gets stuck in their head, Like, this is one of those songs that gets stuck in your head if you haven't heard it before, or you haven't heard it in a while. The drums are crisp as hell on this track. It's a cool little song. That droning, da-na-na, na-na-na, 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 na-na-na. I mean, I could listen to that forever. Next we have Alone Together. There's really not a lot to say about this song, if I'm being honest, but it is good. Good enough to where it is above everything else here. I like how the solo spirals off into this climactic vocal part from Julian before finishing the song. And it's always worth sticking around to get to the end of this song. So it definitely keeps you entertained throughout the whole thing. But just one of the weaker songs on Room on Fire, which really just goes to show you how great that album is. Or not Room on Fire, but Is This It? Next we have Juice Box. This is without question the nastiest bass line, the most monstrous bass line the Strokes have ever done. It's really sick. Probably Julian's most exciting vocal performance on First Impressions of Earth. The build up to the solo is really cool. Feels like you're in a spy movie for a second there. The solo itself is sick. The "Why won't you come over here?" That's super fun to sing along with. Let's move on here. Number 28, we have 1251. Chill ass song, one of the chillest, maybe the chillest Strokes song. One of those songs that makes you feel really cool when you listen to it. It's like if leaning against a wall and smoking a cigarette was a song, The lead guitar tone is really special. It gives the song so much character. Julian's just slugging his way through the vocals, but in like a cool way, like it just oozes fucking, I don't know, it just oozes like this guy's awesome whenever you hear his vocals. And also whenever you look at your watch and you see it's 12:51, you get reminded of the Strokes. So like, what's better than that? Next we have Eyes of the World at 27. All those eyes words that he comes up with. Very cinematic, very moving, huge climactic moments, like when he does that one screaming lyric before going back to his normal volume. It says something about Fury the Tranquilize or something like that. When he says that lyric, he like screams it. Fury the Tranquilize, and that part is so cool. Whenever that's such a good payoff there. The guitar solo is pretty intricate. The guitar solo is great, definitely worth mentioning here. Whenever I was learning the Strokes songs on guitar, that was one of my favorite ones to do the solo on. Next we have YOLO, You Only Live Once. I'm just gonna, I gotta mention the music video. Like, that's a cool ass music video. Like whenever all the goo is just, slowly filling up the room and you get to see them get covered and stuff. It's like a smart way to keep people invested in the video. It's like, well, I gotta see this goo cover them. It's like, I have to keep watching. But yeah, great song, very well produced. The guitar work is excellent. Julian's got great vocals on this. The lyrics are fun. I like how he says, "Odd religions, it doesn't matter what you choose." That's a good lyric. I like that lyric. So next we have Razor Blade. Razor Blade. Boom. I wrote boom because this song just hits you with these walls of crunchy guitars that it's just so satisfying. The dopamine I get from the beginning of this song is significant. I dare say this song is slept on. I don't think people really talk about Razorblade enough. It's so fire. The lyricism is on point. The lead guitar provides this delicious layer to the already tasty rhythm of the song. The ending is really satisfactory. You know, your feelings are more important, of course. Of course. I love that. Next we have Come Down Machine. Probably their saddest song. Saddest song, in my opinion. It's honestly super emotional for me. There's been a good number of times where I put this song on after like some shitty stuff happened, and you know, I just get to leaking. My eyes get to leaking. The song itself is pretty impressive production-wise. The subtle background vocal layers that Julian adds to the instrumentation is a very neat touch. The bridge, like, just hits you. Like, when it goes into that word, there's like this crispy little, like, it sounds like fire crackling in the background. That's a really sweet ambient little piece there. And yeah, I feel like this song gets you feeling, so that's why it's ranked so high. Next, we have New York City Cops, the most controversial Strokes song ever. Yeah, Never Forget. It was supposed to be on the first album, but you know, shit hit the fan. Really awkward timing there. But great classic song. Julian's really edgy on this song. Like, he's like, I didn't mean that at all. I don't know. I just like how he's like just saying shit at the beginning. I think if it had a stronger solo, it might have been placed a little higher. But as it stands, I feel like this is a pretty good spot for the song. Number 22, Oblivious off of Future, Present, Past. Yeah, this song is great. This EP was actually the first Strokes music that I ever listened to. Like, I got put onto the Strokes by Instant Crush, the Daft Punk song with Julian on it. That got me into the Strokes, and so the first stuff I listened to was their 2016 EP, and I just remember falling in love after hearing that, especially this song. The guitar solo is just so epic. It's really fun to get to that part. Julian displays this off-kilter, futuristic sounding delivery that's pretty interesting sonically. And yeah, I was blown away when I heard this the first time. Great song. Next, we have Whatever Happened. Great big banger of an introduction to Room on Fire, that I wanna be forgotten. This just iconic, contagiously energetic song. The lead guitar is sticky, the vocals are compressed to that classic Strokes style, and the song is just very nice welcome to the beginning of that album, I think. Next we have Barely Legal. The song Barely Legal. Julian likes him young. Super nostalgic sounding song, just a really comforting guitar riff that just radiates the entire Is This It sound. Like, it just represents the sound on Is This It really well. But yeah, I just want to misbehave. I just want to be your slave. That part's really cool. It's probably one of the best sound bites from that album. Just a wonderful chorus too. Great song. We're getting to the bangers here. Number 19, Under Control. Under Control. This song showcases a slower atmosphere compared to the rest of Room on Fire, which is great though, because it gives Julian space to croon. Because this is probably the most crooniest Strokes song out there. I don't want to change your mind. The whole song's great. This big build up for that for now, but not for long. I think that's what he says. Really epic moment. And I think this song deserves all the credit it gets. Next we have Is This It, the title track from the classic 2001 album. It has a cute twinkling little riff that serves as a wonderful it serves its purpose wonderfully in this song. But man, the real hero here is Nikolai. Nikolai's bass line on this thing is so like great. Good lyricism too. Julian showcases his whistling. He can whistle. The man can whistle, and he shows it here on this song. The vocal riffs are genius. His voice just oozes that laid back yet controlled energy that's all over this first album of theirs. Next, we have Threat of Joy. One of their prettiest and most pleasant songs instrumentally. I love the lyrics. There's not a lot I have to say about the song. It's just kind of I say it's like a soft banger. It's like a soft, like nice banger. Like I think it's like really hype whenever it comes on, like in the playlist, but it's not like a banger, you know what I mean? But next we have Soma, which kind of is a banger. Great track from Is This It? Pretty guitar arpeggios, a strong and memorable performance from Julian really sticks in your head. When I saw her for the first time. A nice little anticipation that builds up to that part of the song that I really like. But yeah, good example of just great songwriting too. Very well written. The drum beat on this song is pretty hardcore too. Next we have Under the Cover of Darkness. I think this is a pretty good placement for this song. It's one of their more popular singles. Like sometimes you'll hear it, like you'll be at, Taco Bell or something and you'll just hear it come on the radio. It's always nice hearing Strokes songs in public. But yeah, this is a great song. The drums are great. Guitar solo is really cool. And that guitar solo transitions into the pre-chorus like seamlessly. It's like really great. And yeah, easily the big standout track there from one of the biggest tracks from Angles. And then we have The Modern Age. The Modern Age at number 14. One of their most cinematic songs ever. Just creates this, like, it's like a movie. Like every time I hear it, it's like I'm like seeing like I'm thinking of movie scenes in my head, that it would fit under. But those chunky guitar chords really carry it all the way through. The vibe you catch from this song is immaculate, iconic verse, and the chorus is just handled perfectly. Really fun to sing along with. Just a perfect example of a song that shows how different the Strokes are compared to their contemporaries when it comes to cultivating that chilled, relaxed vibe that really gives them just so much character and ethos. Next up, we have Last Night, The Night Before, 13. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, Strokes single, Last Night. Perfect indie rock banger. The intro build-up is really cool, how it keeps adding on guitars before dissolving into one of their catchiest verses ever. The guitar solo is classic. One of their shortest guitar solos, but it definitely belongs and adds to the song for sure. Not much else to say about this one. It's just a masterclass Strokes song through and through. Next we have Trying Your Luck, number 12. One of the most complex songs on the first album when it comes to chord progressions. Very fun to play on the guitar. The bass provides a lot of backbone to this song. You really lose the soul without it. And Julian's doing his thing, smart vocals on this track, very in tune with the instrumentation. The guitar solo is really nice. But yeah, it's just really impressive when it comes to like the chords on this one. It was really fun to play on guitar too, although it's a little more advanced in my opinion. Number 11, You Talk Way Too Much, off of Room on Fire. I think every Strokes fan can agree that this is just a great song. The intro builds up to this ear candy of an entrance that eventually leads into this epic pre-chorus where he's like, "Give me some time, I just need a little time." It's one of those examples of the rawness that Room on Fire brings to the original Is This It sound. Just an enjoyable song all the way through. Like a lot of these songs up here, I have no complaints about You Talk Way Too Much. And now we enter the Big 10, the big top 10. Number 10, we have The Adults Are Talking. The first single on the new Abnormal, it's them basically just being like, yeah, we still got it, Like, I know Come Down Machine was kind of a letdown, but, 6 years later, I think it was 6 years, oh, Jesus. Anyways, yeah. This is, like, one of their most streamed songs ever. I think it's their currently, like, the most popular song. Like, I don't mean, like, most streams ever, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the most popular one right now. And for good reason. I mean, the guitar riff is so catchy. Definitely one of the songs that gets stuck in your head really easily. It really shows off the sophistication and improvements in production from their latest that their new Abnormal album portrays. Yeah, Rick Rubin just kills it with the production here, and it's a great return to form for them while also championing a new, meticulously polished style that I hope bleeds into their next record, their seventh album that will hopefully come out. Number 9, When It Started. Wild Strokes song here. This one is so cool. One of the best Strokes songs when it comes to rhythm. I mean, those jangly guitars over that really fun bass line. It just sounds fucking great. Then it takes a turn into this weird detour where we're like on another planet or something. Like, it really changes the vibe up, but then it comes back. It manages to bring it back to the upbeat beginning of the song. It's just really groovy, and it's also it's in the first Spider-Man movie. That's a fun little fact. When they pull up and he's like on the street and they pull up in a car, it's playing in their car. Anyways, number 8, Between Love and Hate is at number 8. The lyrics and vocals really shine on this track. The whole damn thing is just so memorable and sticky to the brain, especially the iconic "She'd be in the kitchen." That guitar solo, it just rips. That guitar solo it's so cool, very impressive, and it keeps you entertained all the way through it. And it's just like one of the strongest Strokes songs when it comes to lyrics and vocal composition. Next, I love this song. Next we have "I Can't Win." Perfect ending to "Room on Fire," in my opinion. It opens up with this blanket of warm guitars that the plucky chords and tight bass line just kills. It puts me in such a good mood when it comes on. The ending is so cool that and it just ends after that. The guitar solo slaps, really gets your head bobbing. It's one of their nastier guitar solos. Just a great song. Next we have "Life is Simple in the Moonlight" off of Angles, the last song on Angles. Such a pretty song. It just hits you as you press play with these beautiful chords and arpeggios. It really sinks you into this vibe. The switch up too, whenever it's like, "Don't try to stop us, don't try to stop us, don't try to stop us, get out of the way." That part's really great. It's an exciting little refrain. The solo might be their best solo. I think "Life is Simple in the Moonlight" might be their best solo. But yeah, definitely top 10. I think this song should be in everyone's top 10, I think. But it's my number 6. Number 5. I might get some flack for this one. I don't know. It's kind of a divided opinion. At number 5, I have "Drag Queen." Out of all the songs in their discography, this song in particular stands out among the rest, which just makes it all the more better and more interesting in my opinion. The drums are like squashy and like, I don't know, they sound so futuristic, which is what they were going for. This is the song that's supposed to represent future on that EP. The instrumentation just sucks you into this world that's unfamiliar but mesmerizing. The lead guitar riffs are strange, they sound alien, and all these elements really complement Julian's delivery on this song because, I mean, his weird little, I don't know, like he just sounds, it's almost like Voidsy. It's kind of like a little like precursor to the Voids, I feel like, where he's just got strange vocal delivery. But there's that amazing moment at the end of the song where he's really screaming at us, "I will not leave my eyes." You know, I love how different this song is compared to the others, and I was surprised to see it rank so high, because it's not like the usual Strokes song, or it's not like what you think of when you think of the Strokes, but still, it's like a great song. Number 5. Number 4, "Meet Me in the Bathroom." Whoa. The song title used for the popular book by Lizzie Goodman about the Strokes and other New York indie rock bands in the 2000s. This is a banger of a song. I mean, this song, the chords are addicting. The pretty little guitar part at the beginning of the song is really pleasing to listen to. When the other elements cut out and it's just those beautiful chords that I forgot, I can't really, replicate a guitar noise, but when that part where everything else cuts out and it's just the guitar, it like really captures you in this almost like nostalgia too. Like it really gives off this I don't know, I envision skateboards and smiles and a sunny, warm environment. Great lyric from Mr. Julian where he says, "You trained me not to love after you taught me what it was," which I think is one of their best lyrics. Pretty brilliant. I also have to mention the cool "now she's staring wide-eyed, can't close her eyes." I really like that part. Kind of just gives you another little burst of dopamine in the middle of the song. And then next we have Reptilia, number 3. Every time I see those Guitar Hero 3 arcade machines, after I turn on that lefty mode, because yes, I am a disgusting left-handed guitar player. The first song I'm picking on those things is Reptilia. And the song's title is, of course, in reference to the reptilian part of our brains that employs and relies on pure primal emotion, which I think is just a cool name for a song. A lot of emotion in this track. He's fucking screaming during some of these parts. Like, he's really giving some of his like craziest performances, like when it comes to vocals. But I don't want to just talk about his vocals. It's like, the amazing lead riff and those tasty chords that transition us to the chorus. I don't know. I'm not sure who's playing the background little guitar part that plays during the chorus. I don't know if it's Nick or Albert, but, I just want to shout it out because that part's really hard to play on the guitar. And it's just like... I don't know if I did that justice, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. There's so much to say about the power of this song. I mean, the iconic "the room is on fire while she's fixing her hair," that's just like a peak moment in the Strokes discography. The song is damn near perfect. The guitar solo is super fun, and it made it to the big 3. Congratulations. Number 2, we have Red Light. I'm not sure how controversial this is going to be. It made it all the way to number 2. I know some people don't like this song as much, but I just think, I don't know, it just puts a smile on my face every time it comes on in the playlist, because like you hear those drums, it just starts with those powerful drums, that dum 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 dum. When you hear it, you're just like, I'm in for a good time here. There's a lot of things I like about this song. The first lyrics in the song are some of my favorite Strokes lyrics of all time. Maybe my favorite Strokes lyric of all time is "two can be complete without the rest of the world." I think that just represents love in such a great way. Almost like the purest form of love is like, we don't need anyone else, it's just us, Just really speaks to me and, perfectly describes how I felt about some people in my life. Not even just girlfriends, but like, the people that are just like, as long as they're around, things will be all right. The rest of the world, who needs them? There's other great moments in this song, specifically where he's like, "I was waiting for my baby to arrive." I really like that. Or the "get yourself a lawyer and a gun." Really great parts. And you're pretty much forced to sing along to it. I could gush about the song a lot more, but we got to get to number 1 here. The big number 1. This one I feel like isn't that controversial, although I have seen a lot of lists where this isn't number 1. I've seen some lists where this isn't even in the top 10, which I think is crazy, but hard to explain. The quintessential Strokes song, in my opinion. I recommend this. This is the song I recommend to anyone who hasn't heard of the Strokes. I'm like, bro, just listen to Hard to Explain. And if you don't like Hard to Explain, I don't think you'll like any of the Strokes songs. That's how I feel about it. Just makes you feel good. Makes you feel like a cool person. When the guitars come in, it's like getting this hug from a close friend, The tones are perfect. They're warm and inviting. The lead guitar's riff keeps you on the edge of your seat. It builds anticipation, and it pays off at just the right time. Nikolai is thumping that bass like his life depends on it. And, let's talk about the drums. They sound like a drum machine, which is cool, but it's not a drum machine. It's a real kit that's just been compressed and EQ'd like crazy, to where it's, it sounds like a drum machine, which is pretty cool. Julian is just dripping with swagger throughout the entire song. You can't help but to sing along with this track. It's so cleverly composed in a way that just kind of hypnotizes you and keeps you in that pocket. Like, for example, that Raised in Carolina. That part just keeps you invested throughout the whole thing. Like you're just like everything else kind of disappears when that part comes on. And then there's that classic earwormy chorus. I mean, this song is just rich. The chorus is so good. But yeah, that's it. That's number one. That's the end of my list here. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you did make it this way, all this way, check my music out, Whatever Works. That's my name on Spotify and everything, Whatever Works. And I also have a book of short horror stories out, which I'll put the link in the description for that. So I'd appreciate it if you guys check that out. But I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.